Hello, welcome back to Chatcraft English. I'm Sophie, and today we're going to talk about something that many English learners feel, but rarely admit that frustrating moment when you realize you've been studying English for months, maybe even years, but you're not really improving. Your grammar is still shaky, you still pause too much when speaking, and your listening feels like a guessing game. Don't worry, you're not alone and you're not broken. The good news is there are clear reasons this happens. And today I'll walk you through them step by step with practical solutions you can start using right away. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly what to change to finally see progress. Reason 1. You're learning passively, not actively. This is probably the biggest reason people feel stuck. Passive learning means you're only listening, reading, or watching English, but you're not actually producing it yourself. You understand the words when you hear them, but when it's time to speak, your brain freezes. Here's the fix: turn passive activities into active ones. For example, if you watch a YouTube video in English, pause it every few sentences. Repeat out loud what the speaker just said. Or, after finishing a podcast, record yourself, summarizing it in your own words. Don't just listen, interact. Practice sentence today. I listened to a podcast about traveling, and I learned 3 new words. Say it with me slowly, then try changing the topic and the number of words to make it your own. Reason 2. You're repeating old habits. Many learners only study the way they feel comfortable. Maybe you love memorizing vocabulary lists. Or maybe you only watch English dramas with subtitles. The problem: your brain isn't being challenged. Here's the fix: change your routine. If you usually focus on reading, spend a week focusing on speaking. If you always watch videos, switch to listening to audio without subtitles. Variety keeps your brain awake and builds more connections in your memory. Practice sentence. I usually watch English videos, but this week I will practice speaking every day. Repeat after me, then replace videos and speaking with your own study activities. Reason 3. You're afraid of making mistakes. I see this all the time. Learners wait until they feel ready to speak, but that moment never comes. They're afraid someone will laugh or that they'll sound stupid. But here's the truth. Every confident English speaker you admire has made thousands of mistakes. Here's the fix: make mistakes on purpose. Yes, really. Go into a conversation knowing you'll get some things wrong. The goal is not perfection, it's communication. After all, if you wait for perfect grammar before speaking, you will never start speaking. Practice sentence. I might make mistakes, but I will speak anyway. Say it with me 3 times. Louder each time. Feel that confidence growing. Reason 4. You don't have clear goals. If your goal is just I want to be good at English, your brain has nothing to aim at. That's like saying I want to be good at sports without choosing which sport. Here's the fix: set specific measurable goals. For example, I want to have a 5-minute conversation in English with a stranger without switching to my language. Or I want to write a 200-word story in English by Friday. Practice sentence. My goal this week is to... and you fill in the blank. Reason 5. You're not reviewing enough. Learning something once is never enough. If you learn 20 new words this week but don't review them, you'll forget 15 of them by next week. Here's the fix: use spaced repetition. That means reviewing new words after 1 day, then 3 days, then 1 week, then 1 month. You can use flashcards, or you can review by writing and speaking sentences with those words. Practice sentence: I will review my new words tomorrow and again on Friday. Now, if you feel stuck in your English learning, it's usually because you're learning passively, repeating old habits, fearing mistakes, lacking clear goals, or not reviewing enough. The solution isn't to study harder, it's to study smarter. So here's your action step: choose one of these reasons and fix it starting today. You don't have to change everything at once. Just one change can unlock a big improvement. Now that we've identified the main reasons why your English learning might feel stuck, let's go deeper. In this part, we're going to talk about specific daily habits that can completely transform your English over time. Remember, it's not about sudden magical improvement. It's about consistent, small actions that build into something powerful. Habit 1: speak English out loud every single day. It doesn't matter if it's just 5 minutes. The point is to use your voice and your mouth muscles daily. English is a physical skill. Your mouth, tongue, and lips need to get used to the movements of English sounds. Here's a tip: start your day with a morning talk. You can describe your plans for the day in English, even if no one is listening. For example, today I'm going to meet my friend for lunch. We're planning to try a new restaurant downtown. After that, I'll probably go shopping for some groceries. Notice how natural it feels when you say it out loud. If you can't think of a word, don't stop. Use another way to explain it. That's real communication. Practice challenge every morning this week. Record a 1-minute audio of yourself speaking in English. At the end of the week, listen to your first recording and your last one. You'll be surprised at the difference. Habit 2: learn words in context, not in isolation. Memorizing a list like "apple run beautiful" quickly might help your memory for a few minutes, but you won't remember how to actually use these words in a real conversation. The secret is to learn them inside sentences, especially sentences you can imagine yourself saying. For example, instead of just learning delicious, learn: this cake is delicious. I think I want another slice. Or instead of just negotiate, learn: we negotiated the price before signing the contract. Then change the subject and practice. This soup is delicious. They negotiated the schedule before the meeting. This way, you're training your brain to connect the meaning, the grammar, and the situation all at once. Habit 3: listen for patterns, not just words. When you hear native speakers, don't focus only on new vocabulary. Pay attention to the patterns, how they start sentences, how they connect ideas, how they use filler words, like Example, native speaker: actually, I was thinking we could go to the beach this weekend. Pattern: actually, I was thinking we could. This is a great way to introduce a suggestion politely. Practice think of 3 suggestions and start them with, actually, I was thinking we could. Say them out loud now. Habit 4: read aloud for fluency. Reading silently is good, But reading out loud is a powerful way to improve your pronunciation rhythm and confidence. Choose a short article, a page from a book, or even a social media post in English, and read it out loud every day. Focus on smoothness, not speed. Pro tip: record yourself once a week and compare your fluency. Over time, you'll hear fewer pauses, smoother rhythm, and more natural pronunciation. Habit 5. Review your day in English before sleeping. This is one of my favorite habits. Before you go to sleep, spend 3 to 5 minutes telling yourself what happened during your day in English. You don't need to write it down, but speaking it will help you connect English to your personal life, which makes it stick in your memory. Example: this morning I went to the gym. I ran for 20 minutes, then I lifted some weights. After lunch, I had a meeting with my team. We talked about our new project. You can also imagine how you would say these things if you were telling a friend. These habits are small, but when you practice them daily, they become part of your lifestyle. And that's when your English starts to improve naturally without forcing yourself to study harder. In the next part, we'll explore how to create a personalized English environment, even if you live in a place where no one speaks English. You'll see how to surround yourself with English in a way that feels exciting, not exhausting. In the last part, we talked about building small daily habits for your English. Now, let's take it one step further. Let's create a personal English environment around you, so that even if you live in a non-English speaking country, you still hear, see, and use English all day long. This is what I call immersion without moving abroad. You don't need to live in London or New York to live in English. You just need to bring English into your daily life. Step 1. Change your phone and computer settings to English. I know this sounds simple, but it's surprisingly effective. When your phone is in English, you see words and phrases every time you use it. Over time, you'll stop translating and just understand. For example, instead of siajat, you'll see settings. Instead of tinhan, you'll see messages. These small changes keep English in front of your eyes all the time. Challenge today: change your device settings to English and keep it that way for at least 1 month. Step 2. Surround yourself with English media you enjoy. Forget boring textbooks for a moment. What do you actually like? TV shows, podcasts, YouTube channels, songs? Choose what you love, but consume it in English. If you like cooking, watch English cooking channels. If you like travel, follow travel vloggers who speak English. This way, you're not just studying, you're having fun while absorbing the language. Pro tip: use subtitles in English, not your native language. This trains your listening and reading together. Step 3. Use English for real communication. It's not enough to just listen and read. You need to use English actively. Join online communities, comment on YouTube videos, send voice messages to language partners, or even write short posts in English on social media. Remember, language is for connection, not perfection. Don't worry if your grammar isn't perfect. Just focus on expressing your ideas clearly. Example: if you watch a video about healthy recipes, leave a comment like, "This recipe looks amazing. I can't wait to try it this weekend." Step 4. Label your surroundings. This one is fun. Take sticky notes and label objects around your house with their English names. For example, on your fridge, put fridge or refrigerator. On your mirror, put mirror. On your door, put door. Every time you see these labels, you're reinforcing vocabulary. And soon you'll start thinking of these objects in English automatically. Step 5. Think in English, start small. Thinking in English can feel impossible at first, but you can train it. Start with small moments. When you're making coffee, think I'm pouring the water. When you're walking to the bus, think the weather is nice today. When you're at the store, think I need to buy some bread. These short sentences add up, and over time, your brain will start choosing English without asking your permission. Step 6. Create an English bubble. Choose specific times of the day when you only use English, for example, from 7:00 to 8:00 in the morning, or during your evening walk. During this time, everything you do should be in English: listening, speaking, reading, even thinking. At first, it might feel strange, but it will train your brain to switch into English mode quickly. By building this personal English environment, you're not waiting for English to come to you. You're bringing it into your world. That's how you make consistent progress without feeling like you're forcing yourself to study. In the next part, we'll talk about how to stay motivated and avoid burnout. Because the truth is, even with the best system, you can lose energy if you're not careful. I'll share tips to keep your learning fresh, exciting, and sustainable for the long term. In the last section, we built your personal English environment. Now let's tackle a big challenge: how to stay motivated and avoid burnout. You see, motivation is like energy. At the beginning, it's high. You feel excited. You imagine yourself speaking fluently, and you can't wait to learn. But after a few weeks or months, life gets busy, progress feels slow, and your energy drops. So how do we keep going? Let's break it down. Tip 1. Set micro goals, not just big dreams. It's great to say I want to speak English fluently, but that's a huge goal and it can feel far away. Instead, set micro goals you can achieve in days or weeks. In want. For example, learn 20 new words this week. Watch 3 English videos without subtitles. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes every day for a week. Each time you hit a micro goal, you feel success, and success fuels motivation. Tip 2. Celebrate your small wins. Most learners skip this step, but it's powerful. If you understand a full conversation in English for the first time, celebrate it. If you use a new word correctly in real life, give yourself credit. Your brain loves rewards. Even saying, "Wow, I did that," can make you want to do more. Tip 3. Change your methods before you get bored. Burnout often comes from doing the same thing over and over. If you always study with the same app or the same book, your brain gets tired. Solution: every few weeks, try something new. If you've been studying grammar, switch to watching English shows. If you've been reading, switch to speaking practice. If you've been practicing alone, join an online group. Keeping your methods fresh keeps your brain engaged. Tip 4. Track your progress visually. Humans love seeing progress. Make a chart or calendar and mark every day you practice English. You could also keep a progress journal where you write what you learned that day. After a month, looking back at all those marks or notes will prove to you that you're moving forward, even if it feels slow sometimes. Tip 5. Connect with other learners. Learning alone can feel lonely. Find a community online or offline where people share the same goal. You can exchange tips, practice together, and encourage each other when motivation drops. Example: join an English conversation club or participate in language challenges on social media. Tip 6. Accept the natural ups and downs. No one feels motivated 100% of the time. Some days you'll be excited, other days you'll feel lazy. That's normal. The key is to keep going, even when you're not in the mood. On low energy days, do something small, like listening to a song in English or reviewing a few flashcards. Remember, this motivation starts the engine, but habit keeps the car moving. Even when your excitement fades, your daily habits will carry you forward. In the next part, we'll explore practical speaking strategies you can use every day to sound more natural and confident, even if you don't have a native speaker to talk to. These tips will transform your spoken English from textbook to real-life conversation. In the last section, we talked about keeping your motivation alive. Now let's put that energy into speaking strategies so your English sounds natural, confident, and ready for real-life situations. Many learners tell me, Sophie, I can understand English, but I can't speak fluently. This is normal. Speaking is an active skill. You can't just know the words, you have to produce them quickly and smoothly. Here's how to make it easier. Strategy 1. Use ready-made phrases. Instead of trying to build every sentence from zero, learn common expressions you can use instantly. For example, "That's a good point. I see what you mean. Could you say that again, please?" These phrases are like tools in your pocket, ready when you need them. They also make you sound more fluent because you're not stopping to think about grammar every time. Strategy 2. Practice speaking alone out loud. Yes, it might feel strange at first, but talking to yourself in English is powerful. Describe what you're doing. Tell a story or explain a video you just watched. For example, I'm making coffee. First, I boil the water, then I add the coffee powder. It smells amazing. By practicing out loud, you train your mouth and brain to work together. So when you speak to someone else, it feels more natural. Strategy 3. Record yourself and listen back. This can be uncomfortable, but it's the fastest way to hear your mistakes. You might notice your pronunciation, your speed, or words you repeat too much. Challenge record a 1-minute audio every day for 1 week. Then listen on the weekend and compare your progress. Strategy 4. Shadowing practice. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say in real time, copying their tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. Steps. Choose a short audio or video clip. Play 1 sentence. Repeat it exactly matching the speaker's voice as closely as possible. Continue until you can follow without pausing. This is a secret weapon for improving your accent and natural flow. Strategy 5. Focus on clarity, not perfection. Many learners hesitate because they're afraid of making mistakes. But remember, the goal of speaking is communication, not flawless grammar. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. If someone understands you, you've succeeded. Over time, your accuracy will improve naturally as you speak more. Strategy 6. Turn speaking into a daily habit. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day makes a difference. For example, speak to yourself while cooking. Call a friend who also wants to practice. Join a short online conversation session. Small, consistent practice beats long but rare sessions every time. If you follow these speaking strategies, you'll notice your confidence growing day by day. You'll stop freezing when someone speaks to you in English and start enjoying the conversation instead. And that's the beauty of learning a language. It's not just about the words. It's about connecting with people, understanding their stories, and sharing yours. So here's my challenge to you starting today. Speak English every day for the next 30 days. Keep it simple, keep it consistent, and watch how much you improve. This is Sophie from Chatcraft English. Thank you for learning with me today. I can't wait to see you in our next video, where we'll dive into another powerful English learning technique to make your journey even faster and more fun. See you soon.